welcome back to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show here on WKYC, WKYC app, Channel 3 in Cleveland. Guys, time to talk some baseball. G and I were just talking about spring training going on right now. The World Baseball Classic's been a big topic. The regular season is right around the corner. We are 2 weeks from today. Less than that. 2 weeks from yesterday, the Guardians will play their first game. They'll be on the road in Seattle. And recently, ESPN released a report about continuity in Major League Baseball. Not something we often talk about, but go ahead there, Mike.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see this be such an in-depth piece. It was over 2,000 words, and the results were, at least they were what I expected. The Guardians had a 79% continuity score, guys. That was the third highest in all of Major League Baseball and the highest in the American League. Basically, they're running back the roster from last year. They placed each team in the MLB into different categories of their off seasons. The Guardians moved
so this is a bad thing in a way.
It could be, yeah. The Guardians moved into the passive without a major move category, and teams in that category, since they started going back and tracking this over the last 22 seasons, had an average win improvement of just 1.2 wins. So the question is, does continuity in baseball matter? Because the Guardians are clearly counting on continuity to play some factor. Jason, you're not buying it.
This is silly. Continuity, baseball is the one sport where continuity doesn't really matter.
I think there is in some ways it matters, but not.
I mean, if you can add a great left fielder with power, okay, great.
Yeah.
But we talked about in the YouTube show, the offensive line play, continuity is a huge thing in football. Basketball, how many times we talk about, I may take Harden and Donovan a little bit of time to figure each other out. And so that's, in baseball, the left fielder doesn't impact the first baseman.
No, I think where continuity matters is a relationship between a pitcher and a catcher.
Sure.
A relationship between a pitcher and a pitching coach. Are these things as important as the examples you bring up? Definitely not. There is some value to it, but in the way they're ranking these teams, there's no value at all. Yeah, but it means you didn't do anything.
But this is how small market teams operate. There's always going to be continuity with small market teams year over year. They're not going to. The Rays are not going to go out and sign massive free agents. There's always going to be that
continuity. In this sense, is a bad thing.
You know what? Continuity is great when you're the Dodgers. They continuously win games and World Series and continuously get the best players. No one says, "Hey, man, listen, we got our outfield back together."
Yeah.
The whole outfield is back. Both corner outfielders, center fielder. We got defensive continuity. No.
Well, if it's really good, that's a good thing.
I mean, yeah.
The Dodgers had the #1 continuity score for what it's worth. The Guardians were third, Dodgers were first.
This whole exercise is stupid.
This is wild.
You know.
Show me continuity when guys are through arbitration eligibility and they can sign as free agents. Show me that continuity.
The continuity was you could have had Jose Ramírez and Francisco Lindor. That's the continuity that I want. If you got the bag.
Why were the Yankees so great in the late 90s? It wasn't because they signed a bunch of free agents. It's because they kept Derek Jeter for his entire career and Mariano Rivera for his entire career.
They had good players and they kept them.
And they kept
That's
them.
why they haven't been as good, because they've actually been much more involved in free agency in recent years, which is why they've been a little more spotty than they were in the 90s. By the way, you guys watching any of the World Baseball Classic? Will you watch the Elite Eight? Do you guys know the 8 remaining teams?
Yeah, there was a huge controversy over Mark DeRosa not knowing how to.
That was stupid. That was way too much was made of that.
Wow, I don't know if it was or not.
How crazy is that?
I think he misspoke. He had to have known.
Now, like I said, I've been watching spring training. I was watching one of the World Baseball Classic teams play. Was the Dodgers or something? I was like, that's kind of cool. I think did you get them at bats and make sure that they fresh or something, or why? I hadn't seen this before.
Yeah, no, they did this year. By the way, Julio Rodriguez yesterday said he'd rather win the World Baseball Classic than the World Series.
It's definitely building.
Crazy.
It's building.
It's gotten bigger every time.
Yes.
I think it's going to be USA versus Japan again this year in the finals. Even though USA's got a tough game tonight. They're playing Canada. Canada's undefeated.
What do you get if you win?
I don't know.
But the
guys are into it.
Yeah.
The players are into it.
I'm wondering, do you get if you're playing for another country, obviously, in those countries, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
it's just fascinating.
I got the answer for you. It's $3 million to the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's fascinating is like remember Jose Contreras who pitched for the Yankees?
Yeah.
His son is 17 years old, and he got like Aaron Judge to ground out.
Yeah.
For Team Brazil.
Guy's in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
He struck him out. There's a 17-year-old kid that struck out.
Yes, that was him. He didn't give him the ground out.
Yeah.
He got Bryce Harper to ground out, and he struck out Judge.
I would retire.
Amazing. Just
done.
amazing.